Now, Brian, we've so look, Spurs have look, we've had good results, but people have been complaining about performances and stuff like that. What did you make out of the performance today? Was today a performance you can confidently say we actually played well today?
Yes, and certainly the second half. And I will say, whilst Kulusevski's out, the perfect recipe to make the masterpiece for Tottenham Hotspur, your main ingredient is the 3-5-2, with a light sprinkling of Doherty at right wing back, and heavily seasoned with BISSOUMA in a 3-man midfield, because that changed the game completely. We look so much better. And you've heard me, Simeon, on this channel say many a time, 3-5-2, because Richarlison hasn't picked up an injury and we don't know how long for. But that front three together just doesn't look right. It don't look right without Kulusevski. So playing a 3-5-2, I heard you on the instant match reactions at Marlon saying it's not needed for every game. And to an extent, that's right. But I think what we've needed to do is have an attacker available to come on should it not be working. So you can revert back to a 3-4-3. But whilst Richarlison may be out now and Kulu out, it's got to be 3-5-2 from the start. We look so much better with the personnel we have.
Talking about the 3-5-2, we just got a super chat and maybe you can react to it. It's from Apurav Kumar. He says, Højbjerg and Bentancur go up a level when we play 3-5-2. Richarlison is not the man for the right wing. Talk to me more about Højbjerg and Bentancur, because once BISSOUMA got on the pitch, you just see that it's like they've been unleashed into the attack, and they actually can help with attacks and actually making passes and getting shots on goal. I think against Leicester, when we went to 3-5-2, Bentancur and Højbjerg both got assists, if I remember, correct me if I'm wrong. And today we go to 3-5-2 and then Højbjerg gets a goal. So do you think that's absolutely right?
So first of all, Højbjerg, who you know is my favourite player, he has been on another level all season. It doesn't matter what formation he's played in. He's been a cut above. He really has. Bentancur's been great this season as well. The two midfielders have been great, but the super chat is right in both parts, saying with BISSOUMA there, it does allow two people to go forward because BISSOUMA's there doing what they need to do. And Richarlison, I don't understand playing him on the right. He always plays on the left or a centre, and that's where you get the best out of him. And he's kind of been put there by default. Right, there you're going. I don't like him on the right. He offers so much more on the left or central. But to play in a 3-4-3, he's been the only option. But yeah, completely agree. BISSOUMA just puts them at ease and lets them be a bit more freer to create. And BISSOUMA was great when he came on. Fantastic. And hopefully now he'll get more 90 minutes or at least start. Because he's allowing Bentancur and Højbjerg to do that as well. So I'm completely with him on that super chat.
Brian, I just wanted to get your situation on the whole Perisic and Son today. Obviously, a lot of people said they can't play well together, but what did you make of their performance, especially in the first half?
I think it was a lot better. Perisic, I've got to say, in that first half, Perisic from the very first moment looked like he was on his game. And he really wanted to do stuff, and it looked good. And I was talking about this on the Irish channel as well. This whole Son and Kane thing, I get where it's coming from. But the only way they're going to get better understanding is minutes on the training pitch and minutes together on the pitch. They are both world-class players. And world-class players should be able to adapt to each other's games. Now, it might be taking a bit of time to get used to it, but I would say that was the best them two have looked together in a match, because Son was bright, Son was very bright, but Perisic to me is outstanding. So is Son. I'm not saying so, but them two should be... Before I have the world thrown at me that I've been anti-Son. Son's fantastic. And I think once he gets the best out, once them two can work on that relationship, that left-hand side could be an absolute bounty full of treasure for us, because they're both on their day superb and they should be able to accommodate each other.
Do you feel like we're really starting to click now this season, Brian, or do you still think there's still a lot of perfecting to do with the way we're playing?
It's getting there. It's getting there. Like you were just saying before, with Arsenal going out, the filth going at 100 miles per hour and everything. It takes time. And if you look at it, we're doing this without clicking. We're doing this without clicking.
Agreed,
and who knows? The thing I came across today is, you know what? We're all talking about game management and how it's got to rotate and whatever. Now, we all know that when you've got the ball, it's a lot easier and not lose it. You know, you're not chasing the ball as much and expending so much energy. Maybe that's what he's asking them to do. Say, listen, when we go up, just take it easy with the ball, and not expose as much energy. I think we're on the way, and I have to say, I said it after the Brighton game. I'm going to say it again. Matt Doherty was brilliant today.
Yeah, talking about that, just quickly
No,
before you carry on about Doherty, let me just give you a quote by Conte on Doherty today. He says, "I'm really happy with Matthew. He played a good game against Brighton, but today he was much better. He was good against Brighton, but today I saw the Doherty that I saw last season, and I said to him, now finally you are the player I know."
And he called him Matthew.
Well, he loves it, mate. He loves being called Matthew, doesn't he? Listen, to me, he came in and he had that horrible injury. We all saw an improvement with him until he got that awful injury last season. And he's come in. Sorry, I just turned my phone aside. It's going bananas. So yeah, he's come in, and after a slowish start at Brighton, and then he got better. Today, what I watched with him as well, compared to Emerson, is when we're on the attack down the left, he's darting into the box. He's trying to make that extra man. And today, in the second half as well, he just grew stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think, like I said, if you're man enough to criticise someone, you got to be big enough to say when they've done well, they've done well. And to me, Matt Doherty has had his opportunity, knew it was coming with these 3-game suspensions. And 2 games in, you can honestly say he has grabbed it with both hands. I think he was really, really good today.
So do you think that's the end of Emerson now, or do you think we'll still see slight Emerson here and there?
Like, obviously, I think, no, it's not Champions League Wednesday, it's United. So that that's going to be the test mile on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once the suspension is over, does he revert back to type and go with Emerson, or does he stick with Doherty? But that statement that Ben Simeon just read out, you can only take it a very, very, very positive way. We haven't heard him come out and say, Emerson, that's the blinder, or that's the player I want, or no. He's just been picking him. He hasn't been coming out speaking about Emerson. He was great today. He really, really was. He deserves a lot of credit. And for me, he was my man of the match, which will probably set people talking. I really, really think he was that good today. I really
agree.
do.
I agree. He had a brilliant game, but from the good, we have some bad news now following the victory. And obviously, Richarlison went off injured. He has appeared to come out on crutches after the game, which is not a very good sign. And reports from Brazilian outlets are claiming that Richarlison was crying and inconsolable in the dressing room after the game following an injury. Conte has already confirmed that he will be missing the Man United game on Wednesday. So how much of a blow is that to have Richarlison potentially out to after the World Cup?
So, yeah, I mean, I was just about to say those tears are obviously because he knows this could be bad and it could ruin his World Cup. This is what I've been saying with 3-5-2. He isn't a right-sided player. He really isn't. And for the sake of playing 3-4-3, we've been playing a player out of position. My heart bleeds for him because obviously every player should be able to go play for the World Cup for their country. Regardless of where it is, it's like the pinnacle. And it's got to be devastating for him. And how ironic that it's a tackle against his old team that have done it. Let's hope it's not as bad as feared. But now we don't know if Kulu's fit. I hope and pray against United now this forces him to go 3-5-2 and he doesn't try Luke. Yeah, I just hope now this kind of... I was hoping and thought that with Kulusevski not making it, might have forced him into a 3-5-2. I hope, unfortunately, by this way, I'd never want it on this way, that it now happens because it's do you play Lucas or Hill on the right-hand side and hope something goes well, or you go with BISSOUMA from the start, especially against United with Caballero having a great game that he did against Everton and match him up. I really, really hope that he goes 3-5-2 against United with that. I would have said it with Richarlison bit and just get well soon, Richie, and I hope this isn't as bad as it's looking.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And hopefully Richarlison isn't as bad as his reaction to the injury, which sounds like it could be a while. But Brian, positive today. And look, we're third in the league. We're best ever start to a Premier League season. Can you believe it? And let's hope we go on from strength to strength.
Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, we can moan about the style of football, we can moan about whatever we want. You're totally in your right to have your opinion, but what you can't mess with is, like you said, the best start of a Premier League season, 1 point behind the leaders, top of our Champions League group. I think we'd all take that at the beginning. If someone said that to you at this time, someone said this to you, sorry, in July, for like the end of October or mid-October, I think all of us would have taken it.
Probably would have taken less than that, but yeah, but yeah, I think we're doing phenomenal, to be fair. So look, it's very good.
Yeah. Brian, just quickly.
Well, yes, Marlon, brother.
Just going to ask: is this the last couple of games? Is it a great reaction after losing to Arsenal a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, listen. After that, we've gone on a 1-3 on the bounce, haven't we? Yeah. So you can't listen. You can moan about the style of football if you want to or whatever. Yeah. But the main thing is we're in the business of winning matches and winning points that get you to trophies and lead you to glory. And 9 out of 9 is 100%, and you can't argue with that.
True. No, very, very true.
All right.
And there you go.
Brian, lovely to see you as always. Let's hope we keep winning. Didn't he?